And let's begin with our top political story of the day. There seems to be a temporary truce in the Sidhu captain war. In a few hours from now, Captain Amarinder Singh will be meeting all party leaders, including MLAs and MPs for tea at Raj Bhavan in Chandigarh. The meeting is expected to take place at around 10 a.m. Now, soon after this, the Punjab Chief Minister will leave for Sidhu's induction ceremony. All eyes will then be on the optics of that meeting. Captain, who'd been adamant on not meeting Sidhu until he publicly apologized through a surprise after two of the newly appointed PCC working presidents met him on Thursday. Ahead of meeting with Sidhu on the occasion of the 175th Racing Day, Captain was rejoicing with the Jawans, as you see there on your screens.
Is the Captain-Sidhu feud finally headed towards a truce? Two of the four newly appointed Pradesh Congress Committee working presidents met the Punjab Chief Minister on Thursday to invite him for the induction of Sidhu as the party's new state unit chief. They handed over a letter signed by 58 MLAs to Captain, seeking his blessings for the new Punjab Congress team.
इन्विटेशन प्रधान साहब वालों और समूह मंत्री साहबान और एमएलए साहबान वालों दे के आए हैं उन्होंने उस इन्विटेशन को एक्सेप्ट किया या
With suspense building on Amarinder Singh's response, the Punjab Chief Minister threw up a surprise. The captain will not only attend Sidhu's taking charge ceremony, he will also rally his troops before that. Amarinder Singh has invited all Punjab Congress MLAs, MPs and senior leaders for tea at Punjab Bhavan at 10 in the morning, after which they will leave for Sidhu's induction together.
If it was Sidhu's show of strength at Amritsar, Captain Amarinder Singh has sent out a very clear message by inviting all Punjab Congress MLAs and MPs for tea ahead of Sidhu's installation ceremony. Perhaps Amarinder Singh wants to show that he's still the captain of Punjab.
So what happens next? Sidhu has been relentless in his attacks against the Punjab Chief Minister. So much so that till a few hours ago, Captain Amarinder was absolutely adamant on a public apology, a demand that was ignored by Sidhu and his loyalists. From the ongoing power crisis in Punjab to Amarinder Singh's unfulfilled poll promises and the alleged inaction in a sacrilege case, Sidhu has fired salvo after salvo at the Punjab Chief Minister.
अरे मेरे कैप्टन राहुल गांधी हैं, उन्होंने तो भेजा है हर जगह. क्या बात कर रहे हो यार? कौन से कैप्टन की बात कर रहे हो यार? हाँ, ओ कैप्टन अमरिंदर सिंह जी की, वो तो आर्मी के कैप्टन है भाई. मेरा कैप्टन राहुल गांधी साहब है.
Will the captain forgive and forget, or is he waiting to strike back?
So is this a truce in Captain Sidhu war, or is picture abhi baki hai? After months of bitter fighting, the two Sardars will be face to face first time on Friday. Will the meet signal a thaw in the Cold War? We will get a clear picture perhaps on Friday at 11 a.m. With video journalist Dilip Sahu, this is Manjit Sehgal in Chandigarh for India Today.
And meanwhile, the showdown of the Pegasus report in Parliament is all set to only escalate. The centre is now going to go ahead and lead the fight against the opposition. We're expecting that the government could move a privilege motion against the TMC MPs who interfered and stopped IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav from making his statement on the NSO scandal in Rajya Sabha on Thursday. The centre will make a request to the Rajya Sabha chair to go ahead and suspend TMC MP Shantanu Sen for, they say, misbehaving with Vaishnav. Sen snatched the statement from Vaishnav's hands. He then tore it and flung them in the air. This resulted in MPs of both houses rushing to the well of the house, leading to ruckus. You see those pieces of paper there being thrown in the well of the house. Vaishnav later laid his statement to the table before the house was adjourned for the day.
हमने सभी राज्यों की मदद करने का प्रयास किया, संसाधन जुटाने का प्रयास किया, लोगों की जान बचाने का प्रयास किया, और उस पर भी अगर कुछ लोग राजनीति करके कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी शामिल नहीं होती हैं तो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है. कोविड पर तो राजनीति नहीं होनी चाहिए, और उसके बाद भी अगर सदन में किसी विषय पर अगर माननीय मंत्री जी स्टेटमेंट देना चाहते हैं तो सभी दलों के सदस्यों का, सभी सांसदों का और देश का अधिकार है जानकारी प्राप्त करने का। उसको फाड़ देना, छीनना, ये बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। ये शर्मसार करने वाली घटनाएं हैं।
And now because of Pegasus, can you imagine? I have done one thing, I am showing you. देखो हम पूरा इसको प्लास्टर कर दिया। क्या करेगा? फोन लगा के क्या करेगा? कैमरा में पूरा तुल लेता है। हम ऑडियो में भी बात करते हैं तो, फेस टाइम में भी करते हैं तो, वीडियो में भी करते हैं तो, मैं कैमरा का ही पूरा प्लास्टिक प्लास्टर लगा दिया। एक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को भी प्लास्टर लगाना चाहिए, नहीं तो देश बर्बाद हो जाएगा, देश को बर्बादी हो जाएगा। मिनिस्टरेर फोन पेगासास ढुके गेছে, অফিসারদের ফোন পেগাসাস ক্যাপচার্ড, all leaders phone Pegasus captured, all judges phone, maximum judges phone is also captured.
This morning, let's get you all the updates also on the pawn scandal that the Mumbai police is investigating. The news is clearly tightening around business tycoon Raj Kundra in this pawn scandal because the Mumbai police crime branch has found now sensational evidence from Kundra's office in Mumbai. India Today has learned that the business tycoon produced around 100 pawn films, and this is in the span of 1.5 years. His app Hotshot had over 20 lakh subscribers who watched these pawn films. Crime branch officials said that Kundra, due to the huge subscriber base that he had, earned also a hefty amount from this business. Sources in the crime branch have revealed that Raj Kundra is so far not cooperating at all with the police investigation. He's not answering questions and is in complete denial. He's even denied producing pornographic content despite the evidence that the police have. Now, it's clear that this scandal, the Pawngate scandal, is blowing up with more and more testimonies as well as evidence against the accused, including Shilpa's husband, Raj Kundra. India Today's accessed details of the contract that aspiring actresses had to sign. And remember, these women were lured under the pretext of getting their big Bollywood break.
Is Raj Kundra the sleaze king of Bollywood? The Pawngate scandal is exploding, and how the evidence is piling up against Shilpa Shetty's husband and his complicity in publishing pornographic content on his alleged app. India Today told you about the modus operandi of how young girls looking to enter Bollywood were cheated, and told this was their big break in the film industry. And here's how they tried to ensure these women couldn't speak out. These aspiring actresses were made to sign a contract where they gave their consent to act in bold, intimate, erotic and nude scenes which can be used in any movie or be published on OTT platforms.
Interestingly, this contract did not have the film name nor an registration number. The contract did not even have the web series name or the release date. But young girls would be made to sign this contract on pretext of getting a film role.
But Kundra and other accused maintain this isn't a porn racket. Their primary argument is this: that there's a difference between erotica and porn.
The allegation which they have put on us has nothing to do with us. We have made normal erotica films, bold films, but none of them comes in the category of porn films. I have worked with Raj Kundra in 3 films, and those films are just erotic films, just bold films.
I filed a police complaint in 2019.
But the number of women who have spoken against Kundra since his arrest speaks volumes of exactly what kind of business he was running.
मैंने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन करने के लिए इनकार कर दिया तो उन्होंने मेरा फोन नंबर इस कैप्शन, इस मैसेज के साथ लीक किया. Call me now, I will strip for you.
मुझे वीडियो कॉल पे न्यूड ऑडिशन के लिए कॉल किया गया था और मुझे बहुत सारा लालच दिया गया पैसों को लेके. जो पूछने पे उन्होंने बताया कि राज कुंद्रा की कंपनी है.
Will more high-profile names emerge as the investigation progresses? Is the rot much deeper than we think? One thing is clear: this is just a trailer of Bollywood's dirty picture. With inputs from Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
India Today is the only Indian channel which is in strife tone Afghanistan, getting you minute-by-minute exclusive coverage as the situation unfolds. India Today's Ashraf Wani visited the country's fifth largest city, that's Jalalabad, and found out how Taliban brutality forced Afghan Sikhs now to flee from their hometowns.
Jalalabad, the fifth largest city of Afghanistan, seems like any other city of the war-torn country. Fear of Taliban's advance is palpable in the air. The community that has been hit the most are the Afghan Sikhs. On July 1st, the city was rocked by a grenade attack in a Sikh locality, injuring many. And now, hopes of normalcy hang by a thread.
डर भी है इसी हम लोग इसी तरह रहते हैं इधर ही क्या करें मजबूरी है और कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है इधर बस लोग हैं हमारे अपने सब दोस्त से और लोगों से मुश्किल नहीं है प्रॉब्लम है सरदार इधर नहीं रहते हैं घर मर सब चले गए इधर कोई भी नहीं है
In the early 70s, Afghan Sikhs amounted to significant portion of Jalalabad's population. But now, only a fraction remains.
कितने फैमिली चले गए वापस इंडिया?
है जो बोल गए 40-50 फैमिली बोल गए गजनी से काबुल से
यहाँ पर जो उनका बिजनेस वगैरह था यहाँ प्रॉपर्टी तो उसका क्या किया?
सारा सब ने ले लिया है सब बेच दिया है सब मुस्लिम ले लिया सब बेच दिया है
आज ही तो बड़े चलते रह रहे हैं जो अफगानिस्तान बड़े ऐसी रह रहे हैं कदीम तो रह रहे हैं सारे कितने पुश्ती इधर रह रहे हैं और बाकी जो है आज बहुत फैमिली हैं चले गए सब
India Today also visited one of the oldest gurudwaras of Jalalabad. This gurudwara was constructed in 1520 AD when first Sikh Guru Nanak Dev visited this place.
The recent developments and the withdrawal of US troops from Afghanistan, they are in tough times and are desperate to move out from this place. In fact, during the last 3 months, more than 80 families have sold everything here and have went back to India, where they have to make new beginning. With Tariq Loan Ashrafani in Jalalabad for India Today.
News coming in of a drone being captured. It was downed by the Jammu and Kashmir police in Akhnur area of Jammu. An IED has also been recovered from this drone amid a lot of drone activity being reported in the last few days in parts of Jammu. Now our alert forces have also ensured that they brought down a drone that was found to be flying around in the area. There was an IED also strapped on to this device. Kamaljit Sandhu is joining us with more details on this. Kamaljit, what's the information we have right now from the police about this incident?
Well, JKP has downed this. There was a specific information that they had. This is a big news which is coming in. It seems like a big drone. There was an IED with it. This is the first and primary information coming in. This after the drones were spotted in the Akhnur at least twice in the past 1 week. And besides that, in September 2020 itself, a drone had come in and dropped similar weapons. But Pakistan continuing to use drones, use technology. Now, there has been a talk about how BSF and the army would be equipped with interceptors. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, had recently mentioned in a BSF function that Make in India interceptors or anti-drone technology would be used. But this, we've been told, was plainly by using guns, by shooting at the drone, it was brought down, and after that an IED was recovered from it.
We'll be tracking the story very, very closely and getting the latest information that we're picking up amid a lot of drone activity being spotted in Jammu. Now, the Jammu and Kashmir police managing to down one drone which also had an IED strapped onto it. So this is the alert forces there through the night, not just looking out for drone activity, but now managing to also bring down one such drone. It will be crucial in the investigation that follows on exactly where these drones are coming in from. Kamalji, thanks for those details. Now let's also get you all the latest updates from the Tokyo Olympics. All set for the mega opening ceremony. The Indian contingent, here's the information we're picking up, has been reduced to 18 athletes and 6 officials at the opening ceremony. Manika Batra and Sharat Kamal not to go because they play on 24th, which is tomorrow, and it is considered a risk that officials believe is best avoided. And amid this, there's unfortunately also internal bickering that's broken out in the Indian Olympic Association in Tokyo, with the IOA President Narendra Batra on one hand and the Secretary General Rajiv Mehta on the other. And this bickering broke out after the announcement of cash rewards. Boria Majumdar is joining us with more details on this. Boria, while we keep a keen eye on all that's happening with regards to the opening ceremony and what India's contingent plan is, they've reduced it right way below 50, which was the initial, analysis. We thought it would be 50 and that would be the limit. They brought it way below that. But what's this about some internal bickering and fighting that is being reported in the IOA?
Yeah, yesterday evening, there was a press release that was put out, Akshita, which said that cash rewards, 75 lakhs for a gold and stuff like that would be given to the athletes. And federations will also get money. So suppose you are a shooter and you win a medal, your association will also get, your federation will also get money. Now, it was claimed that this was a first in the history of the IOA, which is true. And it was basically the credit was being given to Rajiv Mehta, the Secretary General. And at night, Narendra Batra, the president, clarified in a long email which was sent out saying, oh, this is nothing new. The IOA Executive Board has done this. Frankly, this bickering, and by the way, I have spoken to both. My point is, as competition day starts, the two top bosses of the Indian Olympic Association, the president and the Secretary General, cannot be seen to be publicly fighting. This is not giving a good impression of India. It is not. Whatever the bickering is, whatever the issues are, they have to be resolved in private. You cannot bring it out to the open because ultimately you are representing India at the world stage and the athletes are looking up to you. The IOA cannot make their internal problems and watch dirty linen in public. I'm far more interested in Deepika Kumari. And let me just tell you this, Akshita. Last few shots of the ranking round going on, and at this point in time, Deepika is 7th, which is a very impressive showing. If she finishes strong, she will get a very decent draw in the round of 32. The last few shots going on. I am far more interested in that than IOA making this, washing dirty linen in public and giving a wrong impression. I hope Dr. Batra and Rajiv Mehta both sort out their differences in private.
It's the last thing we really need. We should be focusing on ensuring that we boost our athletes' morale as much as possible. The last thing we need or to be talking about is this kind of infighting. It's unfortunate. It's just plain ugly. Boria, thank you very much for joining us with all those details.